I think it's now it's getting to the point where it's cold out. I have to start breaking out a longer sleeve shirt in order to stay warm. Oh dear. Yep. Don't get me wrong, I actually really do enjoy this time of year when it's not cold. And yeah, there's a little bit of charm to when it is cold, but I don't want it to be cold. No one does. The cold is terrible. No one likes it. Right. So I gotta definitely talk about my low because my mother just had like the worst luck ever. As you guys all know, as I said yesterday, my mother was supposed to leave for Las Vegas to see her mother or my grandmother yesterday, and her flight was supposed to leave at like 6:15 in the morning, very early. Literally for the entire day, her flight was delayed. And what wound up happening was really had nothing to do with the fact that it snowed or it was too cold out. It was a mechanical issue. And no one likes a mechanical issue. Like, let me say I'm straight. I'm like, where's my have like a double chin or whatever? I haven't been fat anymore. I only went like 164. Jesus. Oh, sorry. I don't know. Actually, you know, it's probably because I've been eating like a lot of like ramen lately. That's probably why. Oh, ramen is delicious. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, so yeah, I just felt really bad for my mom that she couldn't get to Vegas as soon as she would have liked. But I mean, I haven't heard anything otherwise. I mean, here's the thing: my mom would have gotten to Las Vegas at 8:15, I think, but it would have been 11 o'clock, like 11:15, like my time. So I was long asleep by the time she would have gotten there, much less, be able to pick up her hopeful text or get some sort of word that she arrived safely. I mean, normally she just talks to my dad and, my dad just tells me. But that's okay. Because as bad as I felt for, my mom and her not being able to get to Vegas sooner, what it meant was, I had to take my mom to the airport, which is a big deal for me because, I was completely, ready to be okay with, not being able to see my mom until she got back on like Saturday night or, Sunday. But my point is I got to see her again before she left, and that's important. That really is important. I can't really say, anything bad about that. I mean, again, I was completely ready to just be okay with not seeing her for the week. But I got to see her again yesterday. I mean, granted, I wish the circumstances were better, but I still got to see her again. That's important. And hey, my act of kindness, I took my mom to the airport. So there you go. And basically what ended up happening is my mom went to the airport, asked if the thing was, because I waited out in the car because I was parked in that one sort of alleyway when you get in front of the airport where, you're technically not supposed to park there for too long unless you're already in the driver's seat ready to go, which I was. Basically, as soon as my mom gave me the thumbs up, everything was good to go. And for the rest of the day, I didn't hear anything otherwise. So I'm pretty sure we're good. Because seriously, when I say it was the entire day, I mean it wasn't until her flight didn't leave until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That must have been some mechanical issue, I assure you of that. It's one really it probably has come across over the years that I don't really prefer flying. I do like flying, I really do. It's just the one thing that bothers me is if delays happen, more so than anything else. I mean, I want to get to my destination. And here's the sad part for me. Usually if it's on my way home, stuff like this happens. I'll never forget back in 2005 when my grandmother on my mother's side, who my mom is visiting right now, turned 70. And luckily, this was during my spring break. And we were also really lucky that for whatever reason, on that Monday, we had a day off from school, I think. I think so it was. But we get to Detroit, and we're on the verge of being able to go home from Detroit. But there was like a really long flight delay. And that was just brutal. Like, I was legit worried, like, you know, I'm not going to be able to go home and be late for school, stuff like that. And it literally happened again, like, actually, yeah, it happened like 6 years later, coming back from Colorado from my cousin's graduation. I think it was, yeah, my cousin's high school graduation is what it was, I believe. So this was kind of terrible. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm trying to think. No, it was my cousin's high school graduation, because I have two cousins who live out in Colorado, and after my sophomore year of college, my one cousin graduated from high school, and after I graduated from college, my other cousin, who was older, she graduated from college too. So, yeah, she actually graduated from University of Colorado Springs. So, in case anyone's wondering. Actually, you know what? That does remind me of a very funny story, which I'll talk about right now. Good morning, and happy Tuesday, everybody. So, okay. Now, remember, I just came off the heels of graduating from college. Like, I felt like I was on top of the world. And what's even cooler was that there was going to be someone in my family who also was graduating college, a couple weeks later. So this is really cool, right? So my family lives out in Littleton, Colorado, which is just outside of Denver. And Colorado Springs, yeah, it's a bit of a ride. Like, I want to say it's like 3 hours, but I know for a fact that isn't true. But it's definitely kind of a long drive. And, we get to the ceremony, and it takes place in like an arena, like a giant, like their like hockey arena. So it was a really cool experience. I'm not gonna lie. And we got to clap and cheer for all the college graduates, on all their successes in life. And of course, my family cheered especially hard for when my cousin finally graduated. But then the entire thing was ruined for me. See, this was around the time when it was widely believed that taking selfies was absolutely stupid. In fact, at the time, it had been statistically proven that selfies, or the taking of selfies, has more potential killing power than sharks. I'm being serious. This was legit statistics that happened, by the way. So needless to say, if I don't really take any selfies, that's why. I mean, really I could be taking, and it's not like I haven't taken a selfie before, but I don't really like doing that. Because again, because I said before, selfies are stupid. And now you know why I think this. I say this because right around the time the ceremony ended, the guy who was on the podium and the microphone, I think this was like the dean or something, I could be wrong, said, okay, you guys have like one last assignment to make this truly official. Your assignment is to take a selfie and post on Instagram. I hear this, I'm like, oh, you literally just ruined these kids' graduation experience. No one cares. I mean, you don't need a time to take selfies. They're going to be taking selfies all day. It's a graduation ceremony. Everyone in the arena is taking selfies. What are you doing? Honestly, I just felt humiliated for these college students because listen, every generation that's younger is going to receive some sort of, flack or being made fun of from the previous generation before. Like, this is one of those reasons why it's warranted. Because, again, selfies are stupid. Seriously, I will never understand what the appeal with selfies is. There is no appeal with selfies. They are stupid. And anyone who likes taking, I shouldn't say that. I'm sure there's someone out there who really does enjoy taking the occasional selfie. And yeah, I'm sure under different circumstances, I'd probably like taking selfies too. But yeah, when literally the fad at the time, which was selfies, straight up ruins a college graduation, whether you realize it or not, it really does warrant why my generation is being made fun of. That's all I'm saying. But hey, now you know why well, here's the thing. I hated selfies long before the college graduation ceremony, but this put it over the top for me. I need to find a way to sort of end this on a good note. I'm going to look up this week's episode of Hot Ones. Let's see what this week's guest is. My handy dandy keyboard. All right, let's see. David Chang? Hey, I know who that is. I know he's a celebrity chef, but I don't specifically remember what he does. I mean, not to sound horrible, but his name is David Chang. I kind of have an idea of what cuisine he does based on that alone. Okay, Korean. All right. So, American restaurateur, author, podcaster, television personality, founder of the... Okay, I thought this guy was the Momofuku restaurant group. All right. Several fantastic restaurants in New York City, Toronto, Washington, D.C. Awarded 2 Michelin stars. Okay, that's really cool. Star in the Netflix original series Ugly Delicious. Never seen that. Produced a Netflix original called Breakfast, Lunch, and Dinner. Oh, I didn't know that about him. Apparently, David Chang became the first celebrity to win the $1 million top prize on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I remember that. Like, this is so surreal. I'm like, wait, that show is so... Because, full disclosure, when I was growing up, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was awesome. Back when it was hosted by the late, great Regis Philbin. May he rest in peace. And, like, my family and I would watch that show all the time when it was on. We love that stuff. We love the whole usage of lifelines. Testing our knowledge about what particular, question, what the particular question was. Seriously, no kidding. Literally, thanks to my 4th grade teacher reading us The Wizard of Oz, I actually got, like, what would have been the $250,000 prize right. Which, in the book The Wizard of Oz, what color were Dorothy's slippers? Now, they tried to throw a curveball by including ruby on there, because if you've seen the movie The Wizard of Oz, you would know that Dorothy's slippers were ruby colored, or red, if you will. In the book, however, that's not the case. In fact, this was the first legitimate instance where I learned of a book counterpart being different from the movie and vice versa. Which, in the book, Dorothy's slippers weren't ruby. They were silver. So, in case you didn't know that, now you do. But yeah, seriously, if that guy had gotten that answer right, he would have at least won $250,000. So, looking back on it now, I'd like to think that maybe I would do okay on a show like that. I have no intention of ever being on a show like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire because, I mean, let's be honest. If I'm ever on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, it's how I get, like, if I don't get the $1 million, anything less than that is a fail. At least that's how I would feel it as, how I would see it as. I mean, I'm sure if I won, like, a $250,000, even if I won, like, what I believe is the $125,000 prize, which is essentially an eighth of the $1 million, I'm sure I'd get some credit where credit is due. But, you know, if I win $1 million, forget it. Like, go big or go home, bro. But, yeah, David Chang on Hot Ones, this should be good. I've seen him on a lot of First Sweet Feast and Worth It and stuff like that. So this should be quite interesting. Like, favorite, share, subscribe button, follow me on social media, on YouTube. I'm very happy to make this video for all of you guys watching. Joe for doing a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Remember, if you want to talk to me, we're here to land. So back. Take care, make good choices. See ya.